From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Today is a First Alert Weather Day. It's in place from this afternoon through tomorrow morning for the Kittitas Valley because, well, the winds are going to be quite blustery for today as they could gust upwards of 50 miles per hour, maybe even stronger at times, specifically at the mouth of the mountain gap. So today's biggest impact's definitely going to be the wind gusts, but also we'll be tracking the snow mostly above 4,000 feet. Wind gusts are already, well, they're pretty blustery for this morning. Winds gusting between 15 to 25 miles per hour for the foothills and for the basin. You factor in some of the temperatures for this morning, which at face value don't look that cold, but again, you factor in some of the wind gusts, could feel a little bit colder out there. Mid-40s in the foothills, near 50 for portions of the basin. We're in the low to mid-40s in the valleys. And we're already tracking some wet and wintry weather. You can see this wall of mostly light showers moving through the basin, starting to get into the foothills now. But there's definitely more wet weather that is back building in the rest of the state of Washington. And of course, that will impact us a little bit later this morning. So I'll time that out with Futurecast, and I'll have a lot more to talk about coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, Washington State Patrol is investigating after an Adams County Sheriff's deputy crashes their patrol car under a guardrail. What we know so far. Plus, the Columbia Center Mall officially has 2 new stores after this weekend. We tell you what's recently opened up and what's planned for the holidays. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, November 4th. We're going to start your top stories off with some developing news. Washington State Patrol is investigating after an Adams County Sheriff's deputy crashes their patrol car under a guardrail. This happened Saturday morning at the intersection of Taylor Road and Bench Road. According to the sheriff's office, the deputy was responding to a burglary call when they lost control of the car, leading them to slide into and under the guardrail. The sheriff's office says the deputy was not seriously injured. They say the wet roads and speed appeared to be factors in the crash, but the cause is still under investigation. In more traffic news, SR 395 southbound was shut down for a few hours Sunday night near Mesa after a crash. And according to WSP, an 18-year-old woman from Kennewick lost control of her car, went off the road, and hit a guardrail. The woman was hurt and was taken by Lifeline to a Richland hospital. Her condition is unknown at this time. The southbound lanes around the crash were shut down for a couple of hours. WSP rerouted drivers until the roadway was cleared. A Benton City man is under arrest after authorities say he ran from a rollover crash near Richland. They say 42-year-old Tanner Covert was arrested after he lost control of his car on I-82 near Richland. Now, the car rolled several times, and when it finally came to a stop, authorities say Covert ran away. His passenger was taken to the hospital, and her condition is not known at this time. Investigators say drugs or alcohol may have been a factor in the crash, and we'll update you once we know more. Looking ahead today, the city of Pasco says paving work on Court Street near Road 68 will impact traffic this week. The updates are part of efforts to improve safety and accessibility for residents and travelers in the area. The nighttime closures on eastbound I-182 will happen this Tuesday and Thursday. As for the paving work on Court Street, that's set to begin this morning. And studded tire season is now here. In Washington and Oregon, studded tires are legal from November 1st to March 31st. Washington State Patrol can issue tickets to drivers with studded tires outside of these dates, including out-of-state drivers. Driving with studded tires outside of this period in Oregon is a Class C traffic violation and can result in a fine of nearly $200. In community event news, the Columbia Center Mall has welcomed 2 new stores after this weekend. Clothing retailer Lululemon opened Friday. It sells athletic wear and gear, and there's also a new addition to the food court. Golden Roll Sushi opened Saturday. They serve traditional sushi rolls and poke bowls. There are now more than 100 retailers in the mall's portfolio. Kelly Odlin with the Columbia Center Mall says it's been a few years since the mall has been at its leasing capacity.
We're looking at being almost 100% leased for the holidays, so it's a great time to do some holiday shopping.
And there are holiday favorites coming up on the calendar. That includes Hickory Farms, See's Candies, and Go Calendars and Games. Also, Audlin says Santa Claus is set to make appearances at the mall for photo ops starting December 15th. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, several people in Oklahoma awoke to destruction this after an EF1 tornado touched down Sunday. We have the latest in your national headlines. But first, it is a First Alert Weather Day. Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth has the details coming up in his weather forecast. That is right after the break.
Back to school. That means more kids will be out in traffic when you least expect them. They don't know the rules of the road yet, but you do, so drive safely. This message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
The last few years have been tough on Washington families who are facing record prices, and wages just haven't kept up. But it's been a great few years for Congressman Dan Newhouse. Since he first got elected in 2015, his net worth has climbed from $2 million to almost $19 million. How'd he do that? By trading stocks of corporations that he votes to give billions of taxpayer dollars. It's time to put an end to Congressman Dan Newhouse's stock market hot streak.
I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
'Tis the season for a holiday shopping tradition. Custer's 29th annual Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Join us as 150 artisans from across the Northwest display and sell their fine art, handcrafts, and specialty foods. The variety and quality of work make this a must-see event. Single day admission, only $8. Tickets on sale now at custershows.com. Get creative with your holiday shopping at Custer's Christmas Arts and Crafts Show this weekend at the Hapo Center in Pasco.
18 years, 32 years, 20 years, 35 years.
A job not only supports a family, but it gives you dignity. I'm Maria Beltran. With warehouses closing and hundreds of jobs lost, it's time we elect a fighter. Like so many of us, my family struggles to keep up with the cost of groceries and afford rent. Your family's struggles are my family's struggles. I'll work hard for you in Olympia.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
Membership savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Pick up a copy in store today. Find our best savings as you walk in the door in the bonus zone. Owner's Choice bath tissue and paper towels are both just $19.99 each. France cookies are 2 for $5. Extra detergent is hot priced at $2 off. Plus pick up Brown and Haley Rokas for just $4.99. Members save more with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart.
Fall is in the air, and that means getting back to school, putting outdoor toys away, and getting ready for winter sports. However, if an accident left you sidelined this summer, you should call Allen Brecky Law Offices. Call now. They're waiting to help you.
Tampa Bay visits Kansas City. Monday Night Football at 5. Apple Valley News Now tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have a high wind warning and also wind advisories that are in place. The high wind warning goes for the southern portion of Yakima County, including portions of US 97. Also in the Kittitas Valley, we're especially concerned about the Kittitas Valley today for the prospect of some downed limbs, maybe even some spotty power outages. Now, the wind advisory is in place for the Yakima Valley, for the Lower Columbia Basin, and for the Blue Foothills. For all areas, this runs from 1 p.m. this afternoon to 7 in the morning tomorrow morning. And then we have winter weather advisories in place for the eastern slopes of the Cascades. That's above 4,000 feet. That runs until 10 tomorrow morning. And then for the Blue Mountains above 4,500 feet, that goes from 10 this morning to 4 tomorrow afternoon. Let's take it back to the Tri-Cities. Here's your umbrella cast for today. It's going to crescendo and peak around lunchtime, and then after that, it's going to fall off pretty hard. So if you did need the umbrella for today, it would likely be during the morning hours and during the early afternoon in the Tri-Cities. So for today, we'll have a big blast of rain and snow moving through, mainly during the morning hours. We'll time that out with future casts coming up in a few minutes, but today's going to be seasonal, and it's going to be blustery as winds could gust between 25 to 45 miles miles per hour during the day. And then for tonight, they could gust between 25 to 50 miles per hour. Again, with some of the fastest wind gusts being in the Kittitas Valley. Overnight lows dropping down into the 30s and 40s. Should be mostly dry at this point. We do have some more showers in the forecast into tomorrow. That's also something we'll track with Futurecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your national headlines this morning, at least 6 people are hurt after severe thunderstorms and possible tornadoes moved across parts of Oklahoma early yesterday. You can see some of the damage in Oklahoma City, where several homes and structures were hit, along with power lines, trees, and traffic signals. Those injured were hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. About 95,000 customers across the state were without power Sunday morning. City fire crews responded to a number of flooded vehicles. There's heightened concern over the tornado threat this week, given how prolific a year it has been for twisters in the U.S. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the most expensive American strike of the 21st century, the Boeing and union member strike, might finally be coming to an end. With the details on what the offer strikers could be accepting today is, that is up next.
What does it take to be the most watched newscast in America?
We are part of an operation.
Is this our combat operations center?
We're approaching the gate now. The house is destroyed, but the flag not okay in it.
World News Tonight and Apple Valley News Now, your most trusted local news source.
Hi. Ismail? David. I'm David Muir.
I know who you are.
You
Watch
do?
you every night.
ABC World News Tonight with David Muir at 3:30 and 5:30. Apple Valley News Now at 5, 6, and 6:30.
Next live, Nicole Scherzinger from Broadway's Sunset Boulevard.
Have you guys seen Sunset Boulevard yet? I want to see it every night of my life.
So good.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Democrat candidate Maria Beltran led a liberal Seattle group that tried to defund police and allowed chaos and violence to take over the streets. Like Beltran, House candidates Anna Kennedy and Chelsea Demas oppose initiatives that would lower gas prices, end the capital income tax, and allow you to opt out of the expensive long-term care tax. Seattle liberals Maria Beltran, Anna Kennedy, and Chelsea Demas do not share your values and are too extreme for Central Washington.
Nutcracker Magical Christmas Ballet celebrates the season with America's favorite holiday tradition. Gather your loved ones and be enchanted by an all-star international cast. Returning to the Capitol Theater November 18th and 19th. Tickets at nutcracker.com.
The last few years have been tough on Washington families who are facing record prices, and wages just haven't kept up. But it's been a great few years for Congressman Dan Newhouse. Since he first got elected in 2015, his net worth has climbed from $2 million to almost $19 million. How'd he do that? By trading stocks of corporations that he votes to give billions of taxpayer dollars. It's time to put an end to Congressman Dan Newhouse's stock market hot streak.
I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
A cold November wind blows the Buccaneers into... I told you, Ma. The Bucs are playing the Chiefs this week. Gotta go, love you.
The Bucs and the Chiefs, Monday Night Football at 5.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Thank you so much.
What's new, what's now, and what's next? Plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Be sure and vote. Mail-in ballots must be postmarked by 8 Tuesday night.
From Apple Valley News Now, first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Remember, today is a first alert weather day because of the wind gust we'll have, in particular in the Kittitas Valleys. They could gust upwards of 50 miles per hour, but all of us are going to see blustery conditions for today. You can see in general, there's going to be varying time frames and zones in which we'll see these wind gusts, but in general from Monday afternoon through Tuesday morning, and then in particular for the Kittitas Valley, it would be from 4 p.m. this afternoon to 1 in the morning. On Tuesday, we could have some down limbs, maybe even some spotty power outages, and also take it very slow if you're going to be driving a high-profile vehicle up that way. Let's time all this out with Futurecast. See, there's going to be a big blast of rain and snow for this morning. By lunchtime, it's mostly going to be in Walla Walla and Umatilla counties, but it's going to exit stage right pretty quickly. After that, just be left over with a few showers, and that could continue into Tuesday, mostly up in the mountains and for the foothills. But overall, tomorrow is going to be a much drier day as opposed to today. So let's take a look at some of the rainfall totals we're expecting over the next couple of days. And remember, most of this is going to fall for today, as we could have 1.5 inches for the Cascades, maybe 1/2 inch for the Blues, between 1/10 to 1/4 inch for the foothills, less than 1/10 inch for the valleys and basin. Snow levels are going to be pretty consistently at 4,000 feet for today, dropping down to 2,500 feet for tomorrow. So the best ingredients for snowfall, the timing is going to be the best, again, above 4,000 feet. That's where we'll have the most moisture. And so we're expecting anywhere between 6 to 8 inches of snow up towards White Pass, but anywhere between 2 to 6 inches on some of those Cascade passes on I-90, US 97, and US 2. Probably less than 1 inch, though, for our mountain passes in the Blues. So if you are traveling up in the Cascades, it's something to be wary of. Again, overall, we're going to be drier for Tuesday, much drier for Wednesday through Friday. Then our next substantial chance of wet weather is going to hold off until Saturday and Sunday. Overall, this is looking like it's going to be a wetter storm system. Could have 2 inches of water up in the Cascades. This one also looks like it's going to be pretty wintry as well. Temperatures hovering around average, if not a little bit below average, for the next 7 days. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Much drier by Tuesday, turning cooler for Wednesday through Friday. Then shower chances return this weekend. For Yakima, dry and cooler from Tuesday through Friday, staying cool with more shower chances Saturday and Sunday. Then for Ellensburg, breezes left over for Tuesday, but definitely calmer, and our weather stays pretty calm until the weekend. For Hermiston, drying out for Tuesday, cooler and dry for Wednesday through Friday, but more chances for wet weather loom this weekend. Then for Walla Walla, leftover showers for tomorrow, not much doing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then shower chances come back for Saturday and Sunday.
Thank you, Josh. Now, what's estimated to be the costliest American strike of the 21st century might be coming to an end. Boeing union members decide today whether to accept a sweetened contract deal, and some are expecting the vote to be close. Amy Kiley reports on the vote's national and global implications.
For me personally, it's okay. Could it be better? Absolutely.
Striking Boeing workers are voting today on the company's latest contract offer. They're deciding whether to continue what has become the costliest strike for the U.S. economy this century. The new deal involves a 38% raise over 4 years. That's up from an offer of 35% last month, but still shy of the union's original demand of 40%. Boeing's also offering a ratification bonus of up to $12,000.
This is better than our last offer. But I think they can do a little bit better. But we need to get back to work.
Union leaders warn the deal might be the best they can get. Some workers seem ready to accept it after striking more than 7 weeks. Others are holding out for more.
I don't care how long it takes. That's why I'm out here. I want my pension back. I don't care how much money Boeing is losing.
Analysts say the Boeing strike is significant enough that it put a temporary dent in Friday's jobs report. It's also affecting global travel as airlines await new planes. With so much at stake, the acting U.S. Labor Secretary says she's been facilitating negotiations personally.
Collective bargaining works. It doesn't always look pretty from the outside, but when workers have a voice, it's better for everybody.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
If members accept the deal, they'll head back to work after more than 7 weeks off the job. If they don't, their strike will continue. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the music industry loses another one. Quincy Jones dead at 91. With the details and more stories coming up in your entertainment headlines.
Prices are higher, plants closed, jobs lost, and Curtis King has made it worse. Voting against more affordable housing, against lower cost prescription drugs. King is a multi-millionaire career politician in office for 17 years. He's not for us. We're working hard. We deserve a state senator who does too. That's Maria Beltran. Maria's from here. She's worked in the orchards. She knows us. And Maria Beltran has a plan for lower costs, for affordable housing, for more opportunities. Maria Beltran, she's for us.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0% APR for up to 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
27 years ago, I lived in these apartments, and for 27 years, I've seen streets go without repair. I've seen places like Columbia Fruit Packers lay off workers. Some of my neighbors have driven to Seattle for decent medical care because MAGA extremists like my opponent Deb care more about power and controlling women's bodies than getting results. I am ready to go to the west side because it's time to get results for the east side. I hope to earn your vote.
18 years, 32 years, 20 years, 35 years.
A job not only supports a family, but it gives you dignity. I'm Maria Beltran. With warehouses closing and hundreds of jobs lost, it's time we elect a fighter. Like so many of us, my family struggles to keep up with the cost of groceries and afford rent. Your family's struggles are my family's struggles. I'll work hard for you in Olympia.
Paid for by Friends Maria Beltran.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
Tampa Bay visits Kansas City. Monday Night Football at 5. Apple Valley News Now tonight.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're starting off your entertainment headlines with some sad news. Music producer and composer Quincy Jones is dead at age 91.
His publicist says he died peacefully, surrounded by family at his home in Bel Air, California.
Jones is best known for polishing the work of Ray Charles, Frank Sinatra, and Michael Jackson.
In a statement, his family says they're celebrating his life despite their broken hearts.
Now to some more entertainment news. A Game of Thrones movie could be in the works.
Plus more on the Wizards of Waverly Place reboot. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
Our characters are traveling to such different worlds.
Including perhaps the big screen. According to The Hollywood Reporter, Warner Brothers is quietly developing at least one film set in the world of George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire fantasy novels. Reportedly, it's early in development. No actors, director, or writer yet signed.
Surprise!
What are you doing here, Alex? I don't teach wizards anymore.
But don't you miss it?
No. I don't even think about it every day.
The wand is passed to a new generation in the Wizards of Waverly Place spin-off, Wizards Beyond Waverly Place. Janice Leanne Brown is the young wizard sent to live and train with Justin, played by David Henry from the original series.
My hope was really to recreate the spirit that was so touching to so many people all over the world, to try to bring that forward, but in a whole new way. Selena and I both wanted to make a show that was a big warm hug to the original fan, but also an invitation maybe to bring a younger person in with them to watch this show, because we do want a whole new generation to experience the love that they felt.
I make lots of mistakes.
It's a part of growing up. And in our family, you don't get kicked out for making a mistake.
Wizards Beyond Waverly Place is now streaming on Disney+. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Okay, out of all those, I'm very excited about Game of Thrones. Love the show. I know it ended kind of, everybody knows that, but I don't know, like, I know that there's a show out right now, but it's not, that good. You haven't seen it, have you?
No, but if the Game of Thrones movie is going to be a standalone thing, and if it's not going to be tied into the terrible ending of the show, then I could bring myself to the theaters to see it.
Okay,
yeah.
You need to start the show. I've been telling you this for a while. Do it, do it, do it. All right, well, Josh, coming up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6:30, a beloved family-owned restaurant that's found in Grandview and Sunnyside now has a location in the Tri-Cities. We have a look at the opening of Javi's Chicken and Churros. That is in your next half hour.
The last few years have been tough on Washington families who are facing record prices, and wages just haven't kept up. But it's been a great few years for Congressman Dan Newhouse. Since he first got elected in 2015, his net worth has climbed from $2 million to almost $19 million. How'd he do that? By trading stocks of corporations that he votes to give billions of taxpayer dollars. It's time to put an end to Congressman Dan Newhouse's stock market hot streak.
I'm Jared Sessler, and I approve this message.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus where we feel like we're a one-stop shop. Primary care is everything that you do here at the Pacific Clinic. We really focus on preemptive care. And what that means to us is going out and playing tennis and working on that proprioception, that balance, that social aspect, flexibility, all those things.
Living an active lifestyle is extremely important to our health. Research shows that just by incorporating exercise into our daily lives, we can reduce our risk of cardiovascular disease by 50%. So cutting your risk in half is amazing. And just by incorporating regular exercise, we add years to our life.
Stress is the primary reason why living an active lifestyle is so important, because it reduces stress. Stress brings on anxiety, depression, all of the things that we don't want to feel.
So there's some really good benefits to cold therapy, specifically with regards to neurotransmitters. What's important about those neurotransmitters is when they go up, it improves your mood. And so it's become a really good treatment option for depression. And as far as the hot therapy, things like a sauna are really good at preventing cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's disease, and even some respiratory diseases. I would recommend that folks take advantage of all the services we have to offer here at the clinic. You can make significant strides toward improving your health by utilizing all that we have to offer.
Too many politicians are too busy fighting each other, but I just want to get things done to make people's lives better. I'm Maria Cantwell. I led a bipartisan initiative to bring computer chip manufacturing and other supply chains back to America, generating billions in private sector investment to make the chips that run our cars, our appliances, and even our farm equipment, creating jobs, boosting our competitiveness, and lowering costs. It's beginning to work. That's why I approve this message.
Hi, I'm Deb Mangeras, and as a longtime CPA, I can assure you, Olympia needs to tighten its belt. That's why I'm running for the House of Representatives. I've been a Wapato resident and apple orchardist all my life, and I have been active for decades in my community, helping make this a better place to live. Now I want to represent you in Olympia, to bring common sense and hardworking values to the Capitol.
Join me November 5th in voting for Deb Mangeras.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law. This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, we are in a first alert weather day, and that's because of the winds that we're seeing, right?
Yes, the winds in particular in the Kittitas Valley, they could gust upwards of 50 miles per hour, so we could see some downed trees, we could see some spotty power outages, and also if you drive a high-profile vehicle, like if you drive a big rig, then they're definitely going to be subject to being swayed around a little bit by the winds. Let's go ahead and take a look at, again, there's the graphic just to reiterate that today is a first alert weather day from Monday afternoon through Tuesday morning for the Kittitas Valley, although we will see some other threats and some other impacts. Number 2 on this list would be the snowy mountain passes, mostly above 4,000 to 4,500 feet. And we will have a lot more to say about that a little bit later in the show. But right now, wind gusts already starting to pick up, gusting between 15 to 25 miles per hour for the basin and for the foothills, and it's only going to get more blustery after that. And when you factor in the wind gusts that we were just taking a look at with some of the air temperatures, you know, at face value, it doesn't look all that cold this morning, but when you factor in some of the wind gusts, then it will feel a little bit chillier out there. But air temperatures this morning, 40s and 50s, all of us will need a jacket, maybe even a rain jacket, as we're seeing some of these light showers working through the region right now. This area is kind of falling apart, but we have some much heavier rainfall and snowfall to deal with a little bit later in the day. I'll show you what the rainfall and snowfall that we're expecting, I'll show you what that could end up doing to our rainfall and snowfall deficits. So that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now we start off this half hour in Pasco, where a family-owned restaurant that you could only find in Grandview and Sunnyside now has a third location. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma says the family's excited to bring the same great recipes to the Tri-Cities area, but there are a couple of new twists.
After almost a year of planning their third restaurant location in Pasco, Francisco Gonzalez and his wife Laura Benitez Gonzalez have now made their jump official. They mark the occasion with an intimate ribbon-cutting ceremony with staff and family. While regular customers who visit the new location will see the familiar Mexican-themed decorations, they will also see something different. Francisco says this location has a bigger menu and drink selection along with different plating style.
You know, this is like a full-service restaurant. We are going to have like online ordering. It does have a full bar as well. So it's just, I guess the service and the whole dynamic is completely different from the other locations.
Laura says it's not only accomplishing their goal to have a restaurant in Tri-Cities, but a reality of their dream.
I'm just very proud that we have 3 businesses. We do have 3 kids, and that's what our ultimate goal was, to open up eventually just to have a restaurant for each child. And we're just I'm proud of ourselves that we're able to like actually complete what we dreamed of doing.
Laura says it's all thanks to their family and staff. Francisco also says teamwork makes dreams work.
We definitely couldn't do this without our family, my parents, my wife's parents, my mom and dad. They've been involved in everything. My wife's done so much for us too.
Francisco and Laura say what inspires their unique Mexican plate styles are their homegrown roots.
California style restaurant, Mexican restaurant, because that's where we both grew up from. We came from California. I have a special place in my heart for California because that's where my immediate family is from. So any chance we get, we do try to visit California. So we try to bring in those ideas that we see out there, just something new, different, exciting out here.
They are still looking to add more things to the restaurant. One of those additions is to have live music. Francisco says he's been working with the city of Pasco and hopes to have it in by spring. Reporting in Pasco, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. And this new location is located at 1520 North 4th Avenue, and the owners say they'll be closed on Mondays, but open Tuesday through Thursday from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Friday through Sunday from 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. Now to a follow-up on the proposed Horse Heaven Hills wind farm project, Governor Inslee has approved the latest and final proposal. To backtrack, Scout Clean Energy first proposed to put up more than 200 wind turbines across 24 miles, as well as solar arrays that would take up more than 5,400 acres. However, the project has been controversial for the Yakama Nation, local governments, and environmentalists. The project then went to the Energy Facility Site Evaluation Council, who recommended there be a 2-mile buffer around nests of endangered hawks in the area, and they also recommended fewer turbines, but Governor Inslee rejected this idea, saying turbines are needed to keep Washington on track towards its goal of renewable energy. Now, circling back, Governor Inslee has accepted the group's next proposal, which allows the building of all but 30 of the wind turbines and keeping the buffer around endangered hawks' nests. As of right now, there is a 30-day period for any petitions for judicial review. In your health news, you may still be munching on Halloween candy, but here's a good reason to take it easy. November marks National Diabetes Awareness Month, and diabetes is a condition where your blood sugar is too high. It can result in serious complications like blindness, amputations, heart attack, and stroke. More than 38 million people in the U.S. have it, or about 10% of the population. When most people think of the disease, they're thinking about type 2 diabetes, and that's a hormonal condition where your body stops responding to insulin. Scientists don't know exactly what causes it, but you can reduce your risk by maintaining a healthy weight, exercising, and not smoking. Type 1 diabetes, or what we used to call juvenile diabetes, is less common. It's an autoimmune disorder where your pancreas stops making insulin entirely. Researchers also aren't sure what causes it, but genetics and viruses are thought to play a role. The city of Ellensburg, Central Washington University, and Kittitas County are all taking part in an initiative this week called Operation Greenlight, and this is to support veterans in the community. For the third year in a row, the city, university, and county are acknowledging the contributions and sacrifices made by veterans by shining a light on them literally. The National Association of Counties and the National Association of County Veteran Service Officers is inviting everyone to join by lighting up their buildings in green. It's starting today through the 11th, which is Veterans Day.
Well, there is the annual Veterans Day Parade that's hosted by a local veterans group. It's 11 a.m. on November 11th, and it goes through our downtown, so that's a great way for community members to show up and show their support for veterans in person.
The green lights will shine at the Ellensburg Police Department, City Hall, and the Hal Holmes Community Center. Operation Greenlight is meant to remind veterans that their service is valued and that there are resources to support them. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Thanksgiving is later this year, which means Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales are closer to Christmas. However, that doesn't mean you can't find good deals earlier this month. Coming up, we have a look at the best deals if you want to start your holiday shopping earlier.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
You love the internet. But do you love your internet? Is your bundle a bundle of joy? Do you celebrate your contract's anniversary? No? You should meet Ziply Fiber. High-speed fiber optic internet means more freedom, more reliability, more speed on all your family's devices, all at the same time. Happily ever faster. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply. Plans as low as $10 a month.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Initiative 2124. It's purposely misleading. So here's what you need to know. Independent analysts say if I-2124 passes, it will bankrupt our affordable long-term care benefit, leaving millions of Washingtonians with no options but private insurance that charges way too much and routinely denies coverage to millions with pre-existing conditions. Don't let it happen. Protect your long-term care benefits. Vote no on I-2124.
For 17 years, Senator Curtis King has delivered for you. That's why the media calls Curtis King the Republican in Olympia most likely to pass a bill. Senator King uses those relationships to do things like fund a new swimming pool in Yakima's MLK Park and helped Heritage University in the Lower Valley grow. Curtis King helped Toppenish Astria Hospital keep their doors open. And he delivered funding for Pasco's Lewis Street project.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
When uncertainty falls upon your freedom, you need an unwavering champion. We're dedicated to not just tipping the scales in your favor, but also delivering an unwavering and relentless defense. With over 5 decades of experience, we'll fiercely defend your freedom and secure the most favorable outcome. Your best defense, Quantum Legal.
ABC Election Night.
Are you ready to make your voices heard?
We will soon be a great nation again.
America, we are not going back.
We fight for the future. Our country will be greater than ever before.
Who will be your next president?
When we fight, we win.
We will make America great again.
Election night, this is where America turns for answers. ABC Election Night Live.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a tour of today's forecast. We're going to start off in Kittitas County, where the winds are going to be very blustery for today, gusting upwards of 45 miles per hour. They'll be even stronger for tonight. These high temperatures are going to hover in the 40s and 50s, and we'll have plenty of rain, plenty of snow today. Snow levels mostly staying above 4,000 feet. And then in the Yakima Valley, also pretty blustery here. Winds gusting out of the west upwards 35 miles per hour. We'll have rain in the forecast, especially during the morning. And these high temperatures are going to end up in the 50s. Then in the lower Columbia Basin, also middle to upper 50s. Also, the winds will be pretty blustery. These gusting out of the west and southwest upwards of 40 miles per hour. And the bulk of the rain is gonna come and go before lunchtime. And then in the foothills of the Blue Mountains, these winds also gusting out of the west and southwest upwards of 40 miles per hour. These temperatures being in the 40s and 50s. And we will see some snow in the Blue Mountains, just not as much as what we're going to see in the Cascades, but snow levels down this way also around 4,000 to 4,500 feet. Let's talk about the big picture of the rainfall deficits and the snowfall deficits that we have. First of all, for the rainfall deficits, we're expecting that after this storm system, we'll get about 5 to 10% improvements across the map, but we'll still be running deficits. But then for our snowpack, we're not running deficits, we're actually running surpluses, big surpluses at that. We'll have 30 to 40% improvements for the upper Yakima, Walla Walla, and Umatilla basins. Even better improvements expected for the Natchez Basin. I'll put actual amounts to the rainfall and the snowfall we're expecting over the next couple of days, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Now, Thanksgiving is later this year, which means Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales will be closer to Christmas, but that doesn't mean you can't find a good deal earlier in the month. Consumer Reports has picked some of the best November deals to help you start the holiday shopping season.
There's no better time of the year for bargain shoppers than November. Here are some of the best deals on Consumer Reports recommended products.
You don't have to wait until Black Friday to get a really good deal. Throughout November, we see lots of really great prices. They do tend to come and go, so keep an eye out on whatever you're looking to buy, and you can snag some big savings before the end of the month.
Shopping for your favorite foodie? You can't go wrong with a versatile Dutch oven. This 5.5 quart Le Creuset is on sale for $340 at Amazon. It's been a top performer in CR's ratings for years, heats up fast, and is a cinch to clean. A great pick for those who love a sleek-looking kitchen appliance? This Cosori Dual Blaze Air Fryer is now $160 at Amazon. It has a large capacity and it's easy to clean. Give the gift that keeps on giving with a cool gadget that'll do some dirty work around the house. This Roborock S8 Pro Ultra Robotic Vacuum is $1,099 at Amazon. It earned an excellent score in CR's carpet test and doubles as a robotic wet mop. For the true tech lover on your list, the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 LTE is $199 at Amazon. Although it's not the latest model, it holds its own against newer competitors with a range of workout, sleep, and heart rate tracking sensors. And finally, it wouldn't be November without deals on TVs. This LG OLED is $1,424 at Walmart and around $1,500 at Amazon, Crutchfield, and Best Buy. This 65-inch set delivers excellent picture quality, high dynamic range performance, and sound.
If you want to get your holiday shopping done early this year, you can take advantage of great deals like these all month. But if you want to save a bit more, wait until Black Friday when the prices might get better.
And now it's time to take advantage of those holiday deals. This is Marcy Whalen.
Consumer Reports says you can also watch for deals on headphones, stand mixers, smartphones, and even large appliances this month. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a voluntary recall has been issued for the drug Cymbalta, which is also known as duloxetine. We have all the details coming up in your morning sprint, as well as all of your top headlines. But first, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your full weather forecast.
It's the pre-Black Friday sale at Furniture Row, and that means the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, or score 60 months no interest. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. The pre-Black Friday sale, on now at Furniture Row.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0% APR for up to 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
Next Live, Nicole Scherzinger from Broadway's Sunset Boulevard.
Have you guys seen Sunset Boulevard yet? I want to see it every night of my life.
So good. Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
18 years, 32 years, 20 years, 35 years.
A job not only supports a family, but it gives you dignity. I'm Maria Beltran. With warehouses closing and hundreds of jobs lost, it's time we elect a fighter. Like so many of us, my family struggles to keep up with the cost of groceries and afford rent. Your family's struggles are my family's struggles. I'll work hard for you in Olympia.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
Hit by a big truck? It could be from bad air hoses in the brake system. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, and at my law firm, we have a special team that knows how trucks work and what goes wrong. We know how to prove it was the truck's fault. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the experience and knowledge it takes to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck? Our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Hi, I'm Carrie Isaacson, and I'm running for State Senate from the 16th District. Unlike my opponent, who's aligned with the extreme far right and anti-women's health care, I believe in practical solutions that put people first. I'll fight for better health care and good-paying jobs. I'm a moderate Democrat who believes that our district must be at the table in Olympia, and it's not. Vote Carrie Isaacson, State Senate.
The savings continue with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including bonus zone savings on Fran's cookies, extra laundry detergent, and Brown and Haley Rokas. Bi-Mart, saving our members more every day.
For over 30 years, Denver Mattress has been improving the sleeping lives of millions, one night at a time. And during the pre-Black Friday sale, save $100 on every 1,000 you spend. Or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Tampa Bay visits Kansas City. Monday Night Football at 5. Apple Valley News Now tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is a first alert weather day because of the wind gust. Obviously, they could gust upwards of 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, but all of us are going to see some blustery conditions for today. And the time frame for that, the main time frame in the Kittitas Valley is going to be from 4 p.m. to 1 in the morning. So 4 p.m. Monday, 1 in the morning on Tuesday. But in general, the overall time frame for this across the map is going to be from this afternoon to the wee hours of the morning on Tuesday. Now let's time all this out with Futurecast. You can see a big blast of rain and snow that's going to move through for this morning. But after lunchtime, we're going to be mostly dry. Could see some leftover showers at times. That could continue into Tuesday, specifically for the mountain ranges and for the foothills. But overall, Tuesday is going to be a much drier day compared to Monday, especially for Monday morning. So let's show you some of the water totals we're expecting over the next couple of days, and obviously this is subject to change, and also obviously most of this is going to fall for today. 1.5 inches for the Cascades, maybe a 1/2 inch for the Blues, between 1/10 to 1/4 for the Blue Foothills, less than 1/10 though for the valleys and for the basin. Snow levels today up around 4,000 feet. Tomorrow they're going to be down to around 2,500 feet, but the bulk of the moisture is going to flow through here for today, so the bulk of the snowfall is going to be above 4,000 feet. So in light of that, here's some of the snowfall totals we're expecting over the next couple of days. Also subject to change, and also most of this is going to fall for today, but our Cascade passes on I-90, US 97, US 2 could receive 2 to 6 inches of snow. Meanwhile, we could get 6 to 8 inches of snow on US 12 off of White Pass, and then our Blue Mountain passes are probably going to get less than 1 inch of snowfall. So definitely be wary of some of the snow if you're going to be traveling up in the Cascades. Overall, again, Tuesday is going to be a drier day, much drier for Wednesday through Friday. Then we're tracking that next substantial chance of rainfall into Saturday and Sunday. This overall is looking like it's going to be a much wetter storm system. Also, it could be just about as wintry. Early indications are that we could have a few inches of snow for a Cascade passes, a little bit less than that for a Blue Mountain passes, but Again, this is subject to change, and high temperatures staying pretty seasonal, if not a little bit below average over the next 7 days. Here's the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Much drier by Tuesday, turning cooler for Wednesday through Friday, then shower chances return this weekend. In Yakima, dry and cooler from Tuesday through Friday, staying cool with more shower chances Saturday and Sunday. For Ellensburg, breezes left over for Tuesday, but definitely calmer, and our weather stays pretty calm until the weekend. For Hermiston, drying out for Tuesday, cooler and dry for Wednesday through Friday, but more chances for wet weather loom for this weekend. Then in Walla Walla, leftover showers for tomorrow, not much doing Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then shower chances come back Saturday and Sunday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, actor James Van Der Beek, known for his roles on Dawson's Creek.
You can call me an eternal optimist. I have faith.
And Varsity Blues, opening up about a very private health journey with colorectal cancer. The 47-year-old telling People magazine, "I've been privately dealing with this diagnosis and have been taking steps to resolve it with the support of my incredible family, and recommend that people at average risk that have no family history, among other things, start regular screening at the age of 45.
It's important to get the word out. And so when celebrities are diagnosed with the disease, it really can be helpful for educating the population about the problem and hopefully raising awareness and leading to a higher screening rate.
Coming up at 7 a.m., we'll hear from a colorectal cancer specialist about why we're seeing an increase in the disease among younger people. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
When you have moderate to severe eczema, it's okay to show off. With Dupixent, show off your clearer skin and less itch. Because you have plenty of reasons to show off your skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, you can stay ahead of your eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin and fast itch relief after first dose. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:52. It's time for your 6 o'clock morning sprint. We're going to start off in your national headlines. As of Sunday, more than 75 million Americans have casted their ballots ahead of Election Day. That's according to data gathered from 47 states and the District of Columbia. That figure is nearly 44% of the roughly 158 million votes cast for president in 2020. In your business news, what's estimated to be the costliest American strike of the 21st century might be coming to an end. Boeing union members decide today whether to accept a new contract deal. The new deal involves a 38% raise over 4 years, which is up from an offer of 35% last month, but it's still shy of the union's original demand of 40%. If members accept the deal, they'll head back to work after more than 7 weeks off the job. If they don't, their strike will continue. Starting next year, U.S. workers will be allowed to save more pre-tax earnings in their 401k retirement funds. The IRS announced the new contribution limit for 2025 will be $23,500, which is up from $500 from 2024. In your health headlines, if you take the drug Cymbalta, also known as duloxetine, you need to check the FDA's website. The drug manufacturer has issued a voluntary recall due to impurities by a substance that can potentially cause cancer and/or other health issues. You can check the information on your prescription bottle with the recall list up on the website. And police in New York are dealing with the dangerous trend among young people that gained popularity on social media. It's called subway surfing, and it involves riding on top of a subway while it's moving. 6 people have died so far this year trying the stunt, and police have arrested more than 180 people in connection to it. Police have launched a new ad campaign to raise awareness. It states, quote, "Subway surfing kills, ride inside, stay alive." Now we go to your top 5 local stories you need to know this morning. Washington State Patrol is investigating after an Adams County Sheriff's deputy crashes their patrol car into and under a guardrail. This happened Saturday morning at the intersection of Taylor Road and Bench Road, and authorities say the deputy was responding to a burglary call when they lost control of the car. The deputy was not seriously injured. Authorities say the wet roads and speed appeared to be factors in the crash. Studded tire season is here in Washington and Oregon. These are legal in both states from November 1st to March 31st. WSP can issue tickets to drivers with studded tires outside of these dates, and this includes out-of-state drivers. Reminder, driving with these tires outside of the dates in Oregon is a Class C traffic violation and can result in a fine of $200. The Columbia Center Mall has welcomed 2 new stores this weekend. Athletic clothing retailer Lululemon opened Friday, and Golden Roll Sushi at the food court opened Saturday. Also, holiday stores are coming soon, like Hickory Farms, See's Candies, and Go Calendars and Games. Also, Santa Claus is set to make mall appearances for photo ops starting December 15th. Governor Inslee has approved the latest and final proposal on the Horse Heaven Hills Wind Farm project. This project has been controversial for the Yakama Nation, local governments, and environmentalists. The group's latest proposal allows the building of all but 30 of the wind turbines and keeping a buffer around endangered hawks' nests. There is now a 30-day period for any petitions for judicial review. And paving work on Court Street near Road 68 will impact Pasco traffic this week. The updates are part of efforts to improve safety. The nighttime closures on eastbound I-182 will happen tomorrow and Thursday. As for the paving work on Court Street, that begins this morning. All right, check this out. Don't be alarmed if you start seeing giant robot spiders climbing up the side of office buildings. They're only there to wash the windows.
Okay, well, this window cleaning robot has a name. It's called Ibex, named after the gravity-defying goat that climbed up mountains.
Officials say these robots have cameras that can scan the surface, detect window frames to crawl over, and make sure no spots are missed.
The robots vertically climb buildings, which reduces the risk of humans cleaning windows, although a single person is still involved to run it.
It's created by Verbotics, and the CEO says the robots are already in Asia and the Middle East.
It made its U.S. debut in Dallas, Texas. How about that?
I would love one at home to do my chores, wouldn't you? Oh my gosh.
It's kind of creepy though. It's kind of like the robots.
If it's doing my chores, I will not be creeped out.
It's kind of like the robot spying on you a little bit though. You know?
It's doing your chores, you know?
I suppose so. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures for this morning as they're in the 40s and 50s. You know, at face value, this isn't too cold, but you start to factor in some of the wind gusts, especially in the basin. They're gusting upwards of 25 miles per hour right now, so it will feel a little bit more brisk outside. You see, we're tracking, well, some impending rain and snow. There's no other way to put it, and that is involved with a storm system that's going to bring us some big-time wind gusts. That's why we have a first alert weather day in place for the Kittitas Valley. It runs from this afternoon through tomorrow morning. Some of those winds could gust upwards of maybe 50 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley. So for today, it's going to be seasonal. We're going to have showers out and about, especially for this morning. Winds, again, gusting upwards of 50 miles per hour for the Kittitas Valley, but upwards of 40 miles per hour here in the basin. And in terms of snowfall, anywhere between 2 to 8 inches of snow for some of our Cascade passes.
Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. You can always find updates on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is up next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 4:30. Have a great day.